Hey guys, it's Paul Gabriel here. So my dad was rich, and yeah, so now I'm rich too, but I'm better than you. Basically, I'm LeBron James. Now I want you to sign up for my Patreon, bro, so you can get access to my software. And by using our little DCF model, which Strongman made in 30 minutes, you can beat the market by just punching in some random numbers.
Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. In this video, I'm going to show you a little bit of math that I did to demonstrate how much of a sickening, disgusting grift this Everything Money show is, okay? These people pissed off the wrong guy. At the end of the day, I'm an index fund investor, and I have academic studies and data that backs up my belief that individual investors will do better buying index funds instead of paying clowns like this and buying individual stocks. So here's Everything Money software. They charge $30 a month for intelligent investors.
Hey guys,
and $80 a month for oracles of VM. And I suspect the more you pay, the more likely you are to underperform. Because if you do oracles of VM, you're going to learn how to day trade and do options, which is for basically spoiled rich douches like Trader Mo and Paul, and not for individual investors that don't have a lot of money. Now, there's this concept called an expense ratio, where you buy an ETF and the ETF charges you some kind of fee because you have to pay the managers, you have to pay whatever, all the expenses associated with running an exchange traded fund or a mutual fund. And your expense ratio is, the simple way to look at it is, it's the total price you've paid in fees divided by your portfolio balance. So in this case, Everything Money, that when they charge $30 or $80 a month, that can be thought of as an expense ratio. You're paying a certain amount of money for your ability to analyze investments, okay? Now, when you look at this, you say, okay, $30 a month, $80 a month, that's not that bad. Well, it depends on the size of your portfolio. At the end of the day, you want to minimize how much you're paying in fees related to your investing in order to maximize your return. The higher the fees, the lower your returns are going to be. This has been proven over and over and over again. But maybe you don't believe me. Maybe you think paying more fees means higher returns. I mean, you do the math on that. Anyway, I made a little calculator, and I'm actually really working on this. Okay, I'm adding a bunch of stuff here to show you how much of a sick, disgusting, vomitous grift Everything Money is. Because you think you're not paying that much, you actually are, okay? So what this does is this takes your portfolio balance, which is up here. And in this example, I put $10,000. Some retail investors have way more money than that. But for new investors that get sucked into this stuff, $10,000 is, I would say, reasonable, but we could change the numbers. And then we have a sales tax rate here on the grift EM purchase, because when you buy this $30 or $80 a month, you might pay some kind of sales tax. They even have an automatic calculator. To be nice to them, we're going to put 0% here, okay? So what I did is I said, okay, if you sign up for Intelligent Investors, which is this right here, you're going to pay $30 a month or $360 a year if you pay it monthly, or $342 if you make one upfront payment. So if you just pay it all up front, you save a little bit of money. It's 5%. Oracles of EM, where you get access to more degeneracy from that idiot Mo, you're going to pay $80 a month or $960 a year, or if you pay up front, you get 5% off, $912. Then I said, okay, well, if you're paying $960 for like investment research, that's almost like a fee. Because if you think about it, let's say you pay a mutual fund manager to pick stocks for you. Well, you're basically paying for research. In this instance, you're paying for your own research. You're paying Everything Money a fee related to your investment activities. So if you look at this and you say, okay, I'm going to treat this like an expense ratio, and Everything Money will be like, oh, it's not an expense ratio. I mean, expense ratios are for ETFs and mutual funds. You're paying money every year for this garbage, and this has a cost. If you have $10,000 in your portfolio and you sign up and you pay $30 a month for the Intelligent Investors Discord and stock analyzer tool, your expense ratio, the percentage of your portfolio you're paying in fees, is 3.6%. Now, you may have no context on how absolutely disgusting that is, but if you go down and look at VTI, which is like hidden here, if you look at VTI, you can see they have a 0.03% expense ratio. The intelligent investor's expense ratio, if you're paying $30 a month on a $10,000 portfolio, is astronomically higher, okay? That is a criminal expense ratio. I don't even think hedge funds charge that. I think hedge funds charge 2%. And if you buy VT, your expense ratio is 0.07. 0.03 compared to 3.6. That's an insane amount of money you're paying, okay? And if you sign up for Oracles of EM, you have a $10,000 portfolio, and you're paying these clowns almost $1,000 a month, your expense ratio is 9.6%. That is like criminal. Like, I can't even explain to you how bad that is. You have to make higher returns than 9.6% just to break even. Let's say your portfolio is $100,000. Well, it looks a little bit better, right? Well, even then, your expense ratio is 0.36, which is what, 12 times higher than VTI? And if you have Oracles of EM, you're still paying almost 1% expense ratio. This is criminal. These guys, this is such a nasty grift. And I really wonder what the average portfolio balance of their subscribers are. I mean, I have no idea. Like, let's say we have somebody has $500,000. Okay, if you have a $500,000 portfolio and you're only doing individual stocks and your only investment expenses are intelligent investors, you will finally approximate VT's expense ratio at $500,000. So when I release this tool, which is going to be linked in the description of my video, you can go on here, you can type in your portfolio balance, whatever it is, you can type your sales tax rate. You can update the numbers here if you need to calculate, okay, how much, because they might raise their prices eventually, because that's what grifters do. And you can see, well, what is your expense ratio? Then you can compare that to VTI and VT, and then you just got to sit there and ask yourself, are you really getting a good deal here, or are you getting grifted, boyo?